Hello everyone, welcome to Cellopedia. This is Maxim. Performance anxiety, stage fright. Ah, you've been practicing so much, preparing for that very important performance. And then time comes and you just cannot make yourself to play well. How can we prepare ourselves to something that we don't even want to think about? The best way I can help you is to share some of the experience I got performing and also very useful advices I got from my teachers and other musicians. We will talk about special techniques you could use when you are practicing, and also we will consider this situation from psychological point of view. When you are working on any piece, long or short, make sure that you think about your backup plan. Where would be the spot you could safely jump to if your fingers will simply refuse to finish a difficult passage you've been working on for so long? It is also very helpful in order to know the piece really well to practice starting from different parts. We all like to play through, but that's something which will make it way more difficult to perform. Once you find a few spots like that, sometimes it's a beginning of the phrase, sometimes it's a spot after the short rest, and sometimes it might be a spot in the middle of the passage. You need to start from that spot dozens of times and play it again and again until it requires no effort to start from the first note of this spot. Thinking about plan B doesn't mean that you will allow it to happen. It just means that you will feel confident that no matter what, you will be able to finish the piece with minimum damage. Yet another important thing to think about is what performance anxiety does to the speed of your performance. Does it make you to play way slower? Well, make sure that you spend some time practicing in much faster tempo. Do you tend to rush and tense up? Well, make sure that you practice in deliberately slower tempo. Stretch every note and make sure that you remind yourself to breathe. We should not forget about another important part of successful performance: experience. The more often you put yourself in uncomfortable situation of live performance, the better you will become. Make yourself to play for anyone who is willing to listen to you. Playing for family members or friends, anyone you could convince to give you a few minutes of their attention, will make you nervous, and that will help you to get closer to good performance. When you have no one to play to, make sure that you try to play through your piece when you are tired, or when your hands are cold, or first thing in the morning, right before you got your first cup of coffee. This will give you a way to figure out where your low point is, and chances are that you will actually be able to play way better than you expect. In order to talk about psychology of performance, we need to take a step back and look at your performance from a distance. Unless you are participating in very tough competition, maybe there is no reason to be that nervous. If you are participating in holiday concert or a wedding ceremony, this moment will probably be the most important moment of the day, if not a week for you. But is it the same for everyone in the audience? How many people will just come to enjoy hearing familiar melody and might just get lost thinking about their holiday shopping list? And for those people who will actually be paying attention to your performance, hopefully those will be the most of your audience, it will actually be much easier to enjoy your performance rather than to be in position to criticize it. In the most cases, the audience wants to enjoy the performance and see a happy musician on stage. No matter how friendly the audience is, you are on stage and start feeling exceedingly nervous. One of the ways to subdue this feeling is to think about music rather than simply delivering the text. Think this way. Would you rather hear somebody speak with a rusty voice, stuttering, possibly with heavy accent like I do, but with a lot of passion and knowledge about subject that person is talking about? Or you would rather prefer to hear pre-recorded monologue done in very steady robotic voice like Siri or Alexa? You don't want to play like Siri on stage, to be frozen and just think about if you counted that note right, or you found spot for it on a fingerboard or keyboard. As long as you have a story, it might be even very simple story behind your performance, you are actually performing. That means that you are in the mood of that story. You breathe as a real participant, and your audience will be grateful. It doesn't have to be too complex. Even the simple idea of walking or jumping happily on a sunny day might help. Or if you play more lyrical, melancholic music, you can think about a rainy day where you spend the whole day alone and nobody comes to see you. Once you learn to perform with music in mind, you are in control of your performance. And you will see that your audience will actually help you to go through that. They will support you and they will remember your performance for a long time.